Good afternoon, and now I'm going to discuss more on propositional fallacies, and I think I should apologize and say that yes, I will not be discussing anything about the non-propositional fallacies without defining or making you understand what propositions are. So right now it's just that I'm going to introduce the concept of propositional fallacies. A propositional fallacy is an error in logic that concerns compound proposition. That's why I said I'm not entering into the non-propositions, because propositions itself is a quite bit of discussion has to take place. For a compound proposition to be true, the truth values of its constituent parts must satisfy the relevant logical connectives. Now, just to give you a brief introduction in a very short case, there are few logical connectives that we take up, and these are identified by the words like and, or, that is either or, not, only if and only if. So one of them, only if, will be if ... something happens, then this is the consequent. If and only if, it is the conjunction of two conditionals. So we will understand later on what conjunction is, what either or form, what is not, and when we are going to use the conditionals and the biconditionals. The following fallacies involve inferences whose correctness. So here I'm talking more about the structure of the argument rather than the content of the. So in propositional fallacy, do remember that we are focusing more on the structure aspect of the argument rather than the content part of it. Now here they're telling you that these fallacies involve inferences where correctness is not guaranteed by the behavior of the logical connectives, and hence which are not logically guaranteed to give us the true conclusion. So we need to understand what true conclusions are, and whether how the true conclusions help us to make an argument valid one, or are they going to have some kind of, do they possess some kind of an error or a mistake? So they are full of the fallacies. So we need to understand that. Now, types of propositional fallacies, there are three varieties of it. Affirming a disjunct. Disjunct would be kind of either or. Then affirming the consequent, denying the antecedent. So again, we will enter into disjunct, consequent, antecedent. What happens if I'm affirming the consequent but not the antecedent? And what happens that if I deny the antecedent, what is happening to the consequent? So these are coming under the forms of the propositional fallacies for us. Now, affirming a disjunct, in this one may observe that the concluding that one disjunct of a logical disjunction must be false because the other disjunct is true. For example, A or B. If I have given A or B, and if I say A, therefore not B, it's not possible. Okay, or it is possible or not, you will have to see. Let's see, take up an example very quickly. Once if you come over to my house, okay, I'll be asking you, what would you like to drink, coffee or tea? Obviously, if you tell me coffee, so immediately I'm reasoning out, therefore not B. This is affirming the disjunct. So they say that yes, this is also present, and it's a propositional fallacy. Now let's see the next one. The antecedent in an indicative conditional is claimed to be true because the consequent is true. If A, then B. So if I say B is true, it means that A is also true. How can that be possible? It cannot be possible. It's not necessary. If I say A is true, then I can talk about B. However, from B to A, I cannot follow. So this is again the fallacy that comes in. Denying the antecedent. Let's see this one. In this, the consequent in an indicative conditional is claimed to be false because the antecedent is false. If A, then B. If this is the premise that has been given to me, and if I say not A, does it necessarily deny the B also? That is not B. Now, this is something that we need to understand and find out in the propositional fallacies. So I think I have done with the propositional fallacies right now. Let me move ahead with another set of fallacies in my next part. Till then, thanks. Bye.